It's one of these videos. I had a video. It was the one with David in the cow costume. And he was playing around the whole time. And I had one negative comment. Most people were like, I'm here for David. But I had one comment was like, take care of the kid or something like that. I'm sorry, but he's a part of my life now. Like, if you do coaching with me, he might be in the background. It's just the way it is. But if you could try to keep it down a little bit. Mommy's doing a video, so shh. Say hi.
Hi.
So in this video, I'm going to just talk about, in a brief manner, calories. I already have a video on calories. I highly recommend you go and watch that because it's a different angle on calories that is very important. But this angle I'm taking is just like why you can't just be tracking calories, okay? I'm in the process of, I need to be vague, but I'm creating a course that dives into many different things. And one of the things is like how to become a long-term fat burner, how to get your body in that place and stay in that place while keeping your hormones and metabolism upregulated. And if people are just using the approach of, okay, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to count calories and go lower calorie. First of all, where's your starting point? Where's your baseline? Are you already under eating? Very likely for so many people. And then if you try to drop it even more, you are further down regulating your hormones and metabolism. It's like putting your phone on power saving mode. It's like putting your phone on power saving mode where it slows down applications, it dims the brightness, and basically your internal organs, your hormones, your metabolism are not functioning at a high capacity because of the input you're giving it. You're giving it less and less. Your body is going to conserve. And so that's one reason it's not sustainable to just cut calories. But what I want to focus on here is that what matters more is the specific different macronutrients. Protein is completely different than fat and carbohydrates to your body. And if you don't understand this, you run the risk of ending up skinny fat. You could lose a ton of weight on the scale if you slash your calories, however you do it. Like I said, at the expense of your hormones, metabolism, maybe your thyroid, maybe your hair is falling out now. But also, you have not prioritized protein the way that you should because you didn't realize it mattered. And you've just been counting calories and you could be taking way too many calories from protein, or maybe you weren't even eating enough to begin with. And now you're not holding on to your lean mass. You're definitely not building muscle, but now you're catabolizing your own lean mass. And this is just one of many scenarios that can happen when you're not paying attention to the specific macronutrients instead of just counting calories. So if you care about your body composition, not just your size, then you need to be more specific about tracking your macros. And if you track your macros and you set out to do 1 gram of protein per pound of desired body weight, and then this much of a fat to protein ratio, maybe it's 1.5 to 1, maybe it's 2 to 1, whatever you're doing, that will equate appropriate calories for your body's needs. 9 calories in 1 gram of fat, 4 calories in protein or carb. And so it works itself out, but you cannot get very far just counting calories. And so if someone's asking me, how many calories should I be eating in a day? I do not answer that question. I say, you need to focus on 1 gram of protein per pound of desired body weight and your fat to protein ratio goal. Calories, counting calories, first of all, you're missing the whole point that we can upregulate things and you can essentially train your body to burn more calories even while you're sleeping. But you have to do that by eating more in a very strategic manner. It's called a reverse diet. It really is. It's like not just from my teaching, it's a reverse diet. A lot of people do it, even not in the carnivore space, but you're upregulating things and you're training your body to adapt and use that energy. And you're taking your phone out of power saving mode and you're going full blast and teaching your body to optimize. But it's also so important to think about the quality of your food and eating sufficient protein and giving your body enough energy. Those are very important things, and you cannot achieve that by tracking percentages or by tracking calories. You must track macronutrients. Tracking percentages is a little bit more precise because you're tracking the different percentages of protein, carbs, and fat, But someone could be eating 20% protein and they're only eating 20 grams of protein. That's the percentage. Someone could be eating 2,000 grams of protein. I've never worked with anyone who ate 2,000 grams of protein, but you get my point. Percentages do not measure how much. It is not precise enough because my frame requires a certain amount of protein that's appropriate for my frame and my skeletal mass and my muscles. And that is completely different than my husband, who is a lot taller and has a lot more muscle. So it's still not enough information. You need to work with macronutrients in grams. That's as much as I will say here. And I hope that some of you had a light bulb moment. You can't just trap calories. It's a trap and it doesn't work.